and Christian.
Okay.
You know, I don't go around preaching at people.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, that's just not my thing. I didn't like it when it was done to me, and I don't do that to other people. But what you see, Shane, on my social media is me living transparently, just letting people know that it's okay to screw up your life.
Yeah.
And start over again.
Yeah,
So,
and that's what one of the things that I really respect about you, because you're on Facebook like every day, posting like even if it's just a jump rope video, you're always posting something positive.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, thank you. I tell you, my motive behind that is not so much, you know, look at me, and especially as a comedian, you know, we can be that, you know, self-serving, you know, kind of narcissistic trait.
Sure.
Everything's about me. But I do have people who follow me, but maybe they're afraid to reach out, or maybe we went to rehab together and they didn't complete the program. But I just I'm putting it out there, letting them know, look, man, you know, you can put all this drinking and crap behind you.
Yeah.
It is possible. It is possible. Like I like to say, like with my sister, in her eyes, I was a zero, and then by last year, I was her hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, once I completed my program in City Team, it was 10 months long. You're allowed to go work again, and I went back into the meat business, and I cut for a few years, and I started up my comedy. Now, the thing is, I knew completing rehab, I would be sober. I knew I'd go back to work, you know, get a place to live, but I wouldn't have to be drinking anymore and this and that. What I didn't count on.
That's the like perfect place to drink out at a comedy show or whatever.
Oh, yeah. You know, the thing is, at the building at City Team, you can live there for about 9 months, you know, get your, you know, your money straight and everything. They let you live there for free. I used to teach a class on my days off to the guys in the program, but I also started going to shows again. And this is the part I didn't count on, is I started doing, I did this one show at my home club here in Pleasanton called Tommy T's. And there's a professional comedian that I know personally. His name is Kabir Singh. He saw me and he's like, hey, buddy, you know, he knew me from when I started.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, no offense, but you're really good now, you know. And I was like, hey, thanks, you know, so excited.
I'm not drunk anymore.
I had a good 4-minute set, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, can you do 7 minutes? And I'm like, yeah, you know, because I had all this new stuff I'm talking about. And he put me on a show with him. It was a showcase on a Thursday, and they're at Tommy T's. And what happened was, I was just one of the comedians. I go do my 7 minutes. He headlines it for like a half hour, right? And there's a bunch of comedians before him.
Yeah.
But at the end of the night, he came and he gave me some extra money. And he's like, you stole the show tonight, you know?
That's cool.
And so he goes, have you ever played Cobb's? Cobb's is there's two comedy clubs in San Francisco, Punchline and Cobb's. Those are like the big ones. And I said, no, you know, I never performed at Cobb's. And he goes, I want you to be on a showcase. So it was a Sunday show.
So
and I did
he's
really well.
just taking you on his show, right?
Yeah. And this guy Kabir, you know, he just got another cable special he's doing, I think on Epix. Anyway, he's the type of guy, he's from Fremont, California, which is about a half an hour away. He's the type of guy, he has always just helped comics.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And
like he's the Joe Rogan of
yeah, at a lower level. Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
He's the Indian Joe Rogan. But you know, the guy's funny. He's a beast. But he's always had shows and put people on them. And you know what you do with them is, you know, on you. But he, you know, opens that door. So by opening this door for me, I met a lot of the local producers and stuff, and got to start, you know, doing shows, getting better. You know,
right.
It was last year. I was doing, you know, really, really well. I was booked to play this one thing, the Elks Club in Petaluma. It was an hour of clean comedy, you know, boom, delivered that, you know. I got to take an airplane for the first time to a gig. I had to go to Lake Havasu, Arizona, and flew into Vegas and took a shuttle to Havasu. And the things were happening for me. But then what happened with my sister,
Yeah.
That was happening.
And has COVID put a damper on your...
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, of course.
My last show was a Zoom show in May.
Oh,
man. But then the thing was, there's work, there's in-person work around here. There's Zoom shows. But I realized I'd been neglecting my health because of, I honestly...
well, you were an alcoholic for how long?
Oh, I drank for some 20-some
and so,
years.
Yeah, you were like probably overweight and stuff.
Yeah, especially after last year. I look at pictures from last year, especially. It's like, good Lord, So I took that time with my wife, and by chance, she found this book. It's called Living Good Daily by this guy named Dr. Living Good.
Okay.
And what it is he talks about, eating healthy, eating clean, intermittent meals, interval exercises. He even throws in some faith there, but he likes it so people will clean up their systems to where even if they're on meds, they can get off the meds.
Yeah,
sure.
That's awesome.
So my wife just happened to find this book, and then she ordered it, like $7, and then she wanted me to read it. I'm like, I don't want to read no book. I mean, I love to read, but I don't want to read no diet book, right? But it's an easy read. It's not a big book, and it really spoke to me. So that's what we started. We started to cleanse, and then we started thinking about exercises. Aside from, I walk the dog every day.
Yeah.
But that's all. In May, I'm going to try jump rope, and we just happened to have an old jump rope in the garage. So I was trying that, and it was fun, but I wasn't any good at it.
Yeah,
Sure. It's a skill.
Yeah, but I remember it was one of the Mercury 7 astronauts I read. I want to say it was Alan Shepard. He had said when they were training for the mission that their exercise was encouraged.
Yeah,
and this is the 50s. The exercise. He, in his mind, water skiing then, because that's a form of exercise, and you shouldn't do exercise unless it's fun, right? And that's always stuck with me. But I started thinking about that, and I thought, I want to get better at this jumping rope because it's fun.
Yeah,
Right.
So I went and I bought a new rope. It was like a leather rope, like a boxer would use, but I just thought it looked cool. Plus, it was only like $21 on eBay, right?
Awesome. Yeah.
But that's how I started getting my rhythm and my coordination. And so now I have this cable rubber one that's a lot faster because I want to go faster. I started subscribing to Instagram pages of these jump ropes. These kids are doing all this stuff. I'm not,
crazy stuff.
Feel like you're in the circus,
Yeah.
But they're bad. No doubt. They're beasts. But it's just a form of exercise that I love. So I have 3 sessions a day. I do 3 jumps at 40 seconds each. Eventually, I want to go to 3 jumps at 2 minutes each. There's another guy that inspired me. He's a gunnery sergeant, Marine Corps recruiter out in Houston. I met him on Instagram, and we're like Instagram friends. And he started jumping. He jumps rope, and I started asking him questions, and he started breaking it down for me. Basically, he'll do like 800 jumps. He counts his jumps. Wow. He'll do 800, but he spaces them out throughout the day.
Yeah.
But he has a daily goal. So that made me feel better because, it's okay if you're not going to do 800 in a session,
Right.
Space it out. So between the book and following, things on social media, I learned how to jump basically, and cool, be disciplined in the exercise. Make the time to do it.
That's something that you can train other people to do. Like your wife, for example, does she get into that jump roping?
Well, my wife is she's got to have I think her knee scoped, so she's doing physical therapy. So she was jumping with me, and I guess because she's the girl, she did really fast.
Yeah.
And my wife's a beast anyway. She's she's retired police officer. She was in the Army for 15 years as an MP.
Wow.
She used to box.
Oh man.
But she's always she was in high school and college. She was long distance runner, the cross country.
Yeah.
She could kick my,
So she's using this whole scope thing to make you feel better. Because she doesn't want to show you up.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
No, the first time she went out there, started jumping, I'm like, wow, you're fast, know? And she goes, I don't know how to do it slow like you,
like I said earlier, I coach, and I have a gym. And so anytime we do jump rope, I'm telling you, the women are better than the guys. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's because they did it when they were younger, like in the school playground. But some of them, they're fast and they're just good at it. And then we're practicing double unders, we're practicing crosses and things like that. And some of them, I'm just like, man, they pick it up so much easier than the guys.
Yeah,
exactly. And some of these guys are, incredible too. But
sure.
I'll get like somebody that'll like my video on Instagram, and it'll be like, jump rope queen or something like that. And what are they about? And I'm like, oh, good Lord. I hurt myself if I tried that.
It's all about progress, man. just getting better over time. I also
set a goal too. Once I started getting a little more confident with it, I made up my mind, okay, I want to lose 100 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
So between the eating well and the rope and cutting out everything, then that started to materialize.
Sure.
So it's like, wow, I got like 59, 60 more to go, and that's just to get to like 240.
Yeah.
Right. And I said, when I get to 240, I could probably get to 190.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
Just keep going. Yeah.
I'm just going to wait. I'll wait till I hit 240.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then set a new goal.
Yep.
It's
all like having goals is so important for me personally. And so I can completely relate to you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. You have to have goals. But I got to tell you, what really, now, I had this good 10 years that I've been living, and like I said, I didn't expect the comedy to start, opening opportunities. I didn't expect to get married. I'd never been married before.
Yeah.
And neither has my wife. We met in high school. 1983 is the last time I saw her. Then I found her on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The beauty of Facebook. Yeah.
And then we had a date, and then, we became a couple, and then we got married 2017.
Wow.
No kids, no cats. Just me and her.
Oh, man.
Right?
One dog, though.
One dog.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Dude, I'm happy for you, man. That's awesome.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
The thing is, what really just like even lit an extra fire
for sure
was listening in a video to Dakota Meyer describe what owning your dash meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And when I first heard that, I was just, I don't know, that was something big for me.
Well, that's like breaking it down into each day. Yeah. You're trying to just get a little bit better each day.
Yeah. I actually didn't know what it meant until he was on our podcast and explained it. And then I was like, oh, dude, that makes so much sense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And when he said that, I was thinking, here's a guy that, he got a second chance at life himself,
Yeah.
And I follow him on what he's doing. And here's a guy just living his life as best he can. He puts it, owning his dash, And I don't know, it just clicked in me to where I just started using that as my, mantra or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It doesn't matter. I always believe tomorrow's not promised. We live here in the moment, but make every day count. No matter what it is that you got to do, make it count and give it away, share it, help others, live a rich life. And then
doesn't helping others make you feel so much better about yourself personally? It gives you confidence and whatever you need in that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's that being altruistic, they in the program I was in, that was their whole thing. You can learn all the Bible study and all the AA, you can do all the paperwork, but it's your heart that you have to change, the giving,
Right.
And like one of the things that we did,